Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jenny LeClue. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't know why I said Jenny LeClue like that. That was kind of a weird cadence, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't see our dad, Jenny. Her voice echoed in the darkness. You might need that flashlight. You might want to turn on that light anytime now, Jenny. Looks like a library? Are we back in the library? Or is this somewhere else? I mean, I don't remember the library book stacks being that tall. And also not in a cave. Alright, let's get a run on, as this seems to be going forever. Hello. Hello, machinery. How you doing today? Inspect the machine. Nothing to the right, okay. Another dead end. Of course he's not here. Just another machine. Oh, this one's different. This is like a picture. What the heck? Arthurton, a small town, seemingly like any other. Nestled in a valley between two mountains, lined by lustrous forests, and perched on the edge of a pristine lake. Yes, Arthurton had it all. A main street with shops, and a place to sip coffee. Isn't this how the game started? Schools, college, a church. And a police station. Sorry, I had to mute because of a sneeze. That happens every time I play this game. The kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels. But you won't find it anymore. You won't? For Arthurton is now the town that disappeared. Where once stood a city bustling with life, now lies an empty crater. How could a town suddenly and completely vanish from the face of the earth? And if it could happen to Arthurton, could it happen to your town too? Scientists are baffled. Church attendance is at a record high. Is this a sign of the end of days? Tonight, we attempt to answer the question, what happened to Arthurton? The Enigma Report. The Enigma Report investigation starts now. Arthurton disappeared, but we're in Arthurton. Unless one of these... Is this from like a parallel universe kind of thing? Did somehow one of these experiments make the town disappear from the old world and now show up in a new kind of place? I don't know. It's weird. Jenny stared at the screen, astonished. Arthurton disappeared? It didn't make any sense. But of all the strange things she'd seen, one stood out more than the others. There was something at the end of the tape. Alright, let me pause you just one moment, bring you right back. Well, maybe not. Because it's gonna just play through. Okay, it's not gonna play through, it just wants me to fast forward. I gotcha. And then probably play with some of these knobs. Yeah, let's go back. There's something hidden in the static. Yeah, let's pause it. Give it a little bit of a frequency shift, maybe. I don't know if that's doing anything. Okay, so what about a gain shift? A filter shift? That looks like it's kind of resolving into something. That's not helpful. Dad? You are alive! It worked. Find Zazer. Need help. I better get out of here before I'm crushed to death. Unfortunately, it took all the tape with it, so we don't have that evidence anymore. Can't go that way. Oh no, the door's closing! Is it the man in black? Let's run. Stay away from me. I know what you've done. I'm not scared of you, you creep. Backed into a corner, with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Was this the end for Jenny LeClue? And he just got bonked in the head by some falling rocks. What the? Oh, it was not falling rocks. It was Susie and Keith. Susie? Keith? You came back. I had to. Jenny choked back her tears. She had lost count of the number of times she'd almost died today, and it was starting to take its toll. Let's get out of here before he wakes up. Actually, can we take his hat off and look at his face first? No. Wait. Keith, this could be the man that killed your father. We should really go. This could be our only chance to find out who he is. It won't matter if we're buried alive. Don't you want to know? It doesn't matter. What? Look. He's gone. What? Damn it! Let's get out of here. That's what I've been saying. The truth is no good if we're dead. I said that too. It doesn't matter who said what. Let's go already. Our three intrepid adventurers made their escape across the graveyard on the far side of town. Behind the twin peaks of Arthurton, the sun began to rise, but this night had not yet ended. Beneath them, the ground shook and grumbled. Deep in the bowels of Arthurton, something stirred. Jenny recounted the thrilling story of her entire adventure. She told Susie and Keith about Professor Zazer and his experiments, and the truth behind the tragic accident in the mines. You don't have a regular bike, Keith? You just have the coffee mobile? and how she discovered that her father was alive. But she left out the one critical detail, the town that disappeared. How would they react to such an unfathomable revelation? Would they even believe her? She wasn't sure she believed it herself. What an incredible adventure! Although I think the greatest discovery today has been our friendship. You never stop, do you? All these trials have really brought us together. And now that you and Keith are friends again, we can form our very own mystery-solving club. I guess Keith doesn't like that. It's just a shame we didn't unmask the man in black. I tried to, Susie, but you wouldn't let me. So what's our next step, fearless leader? There's something about this case that still doesn't add up. I need to find my mom before the cops do. But she could be anywhere. No, she's gone to Widow's Drop. Where? Widow's Drop. But I have no idea where that is. It's certainly not on any map I've seen. That's because it's not a place. What? Yeah. It's a plant. My dad he grew one in his greenhouse. He had to separate it from all the other plants. They all started to shrivel up. Have you ever felt a flash of pure inspiration? A sudden feeling of everything falling into place? It's the moment a great detective lives for. An epiphany! Keith, what day do you take out the trash? What? What day does the garbage man come? Oh, Friday? Why? Of course. It was right there the whole time. Jenny? I know where my mom is. Jenny? Are we about to drive into something? Like the broken bridge? And I know who killed Dean Strasberry. Jenny! Look out! Oh, we just bust right through those gates, huh? We survived! Yeah, we made it. I have to go back. Go back? But we just got out. A little birdie told me I'd find 3 unruly kids out after curfew. Oh no! Damn. It's our granddad. Stealing, breaking and entering, destruction of property. You're all in a heap of trouble. Jenny, I can't say I'm surprised to find you here. But Keith, Susie, I expected more from you. I'm ruined. Sheriff, this is Station. Are you there? Go ahead, Station. Susie, Keith, I need you to create a distraction. What? There is no time to explain. Where are you going? You'll just have to trust me. Okay. No. Susie, please. No. Not unless you say it. Ask for help. Say what? After everything we've been through, you know it's true. Oh, you're friends now? What are you talking about? Now is hardly the time for this. You told me to stand up for myself, so that's what I'm doing. Hold on a second. Enough chatter. Get your sorry butts over here now. We depend on each other. Admit it, Jenny. Come on, Jenny. It's not a big deal. Just say it. This is your last warning. I'm not going to tell you again. Of all the challenges our tiny hero had faced, this was perhaps her toughest. You aren't alone, Jenny LeClue. You don't need to pretend anymore. As hard as it was to say it, Jenny knew it deep in her heart that it was true. Fine. Susie Glatz, you are my friend. Thank you, friend. Now, let's get you out of here. Yeah, I've got them, safe and sound. I'm bringing them in now. What the? You'll never catch us, copper! Sorry, Keith. Sorry, Mr. LeClue. Well, do you have them or not? I thought I did. Where did she go? Back inside, huh? But doesn't she need to go to the Dean Stroudsbury's greenhouse? Are you gonna tell me Dean Stroudsbury's not dead at all? Has he been... I mean, he still looks pretty dead. Well, that's gross. What are you doing to Mr. Stroudsbury? Who are you? Is it our mom? Is our mom doing this? Did our mom get something from that plant and now she's injecting Mr. Stroudsbury with something? Is it an antidote for something that just made him appear dead? Well, he's alive now. Oof, my head. Thank goodness it worked. Oh, how wonderful to hear your voice. I was having the strangest dreams. What's wrong? I almost didn't make it. But you did. Now, we've got a lot of work to do. It was our mom. I knew it! Jenny? Jenny? Surprised to see me? I'm only a child after all. What is she? How did you? It was really quite simple. Once I realized Mr. Stroudsbury knew he was going to die. What proves the Dean knew he was going to die? Well, he moved his lunch with Keith to a Tuesday instead of a Friday. And something about the trash? The spoon in his pocket? The trash? What was the deal about the trash on a Friday? You'll have to do it without me. The staff meeting. New Dean nominations. He put out all the trash because he knew he'd be dead on Friday and couldn't put out the trash? I don't know. Let's make a deduction. That's probably wrong. A watch, broken watch, but that doesn't tell me anything. Oh, is it some of everything? Is everything the right answer? Why would the Dean take out the trash 2 days early? And why would he cancel all his meetings on Friday? Unless he knew he wasn't going to be there. This was the key piece of information I needed. Once I considered the possibility that Mr. Stroudsbury knew he was going to die on Thursday, everything started to fall into place. But consider this, if someone knew they were going to die, wouldn't they do everything in their power to escape their fate? And yet, the Dean didn't. There was only one explanation. He staged his own death. What proves the Dean staged his own death? A gardener in some weird bushes. His broken looking neck. A guide to fascinating flora. Something on his pants. A green goo. in the slide. A Guide to Fascinating Flora. And, I don't know. A weird goo on in the lab. I don't know. This isn't gonna be wrong. I don't know if you can be wrong at this stage. It's no secret that the Dean is an avid gardener, but some people might not know he authored a book about exotic plants and their natural remedies. In the university lab, I found a microscope that had been recently used. The remnants of a strange green liquid undulated on the slide. I would guess the very same liquid Mom just injected into the Dean's neck. You knew how you were going to die, Mr. Strasberry. Poison. You knew because you made it yourself from one of your plants, a poison that you had an antidote for. That would be the method, but you couldn't work alone. You needed an accomplice, someone to revive you when the time was right. What proves Mom and the Dean were working together? It's probably this weird liquid that we found on our table at home. And also, well, that doesn't prove that they were working together. I mean, these two alone could just mean that she did it. It doesn't really mean... Well, we know the weird plant. And we know that our mom had the idea to undo it. This whole time, I thought Mom had met Mr. Strasberry at Widow's Drop. But Widow's Drop isn't a place, it's a plant. The plant you extracted the poison from. In the jail, Mom knew she was running out of time, so she entrusted CJ to finish what she had started. To revive the Dean from his deathly slumber. You plotted together to stage Mr. Strasberry's death. It was a simple scheme. Poison him with the plant, and return after the funeral to revive him. You had intended the death to appear natural, but not everything went according to plan. What went wrong with the plan? The ring got caught in the electrical bits, and you were electrocuted. After the poison was administered, the Dean intended to give Mom his ring. But he accidentally dropped it, and it got stuck in the electrified track of the ladder. When he bent down to retrieve it, he was electrocuted and thrown from the balcony. Getting caught hadn't been part of the plan. Oh, quite remarkable, Jenny. And you worked all that out by yourself? Yes, that's how you did it. But the real question is why? Well, that's a bit more complicated, I'm afraid. It was a rhetorical question, Mr. Strasberry. I know why you're working together. But first, I have to tell you about aliens. Why is there a phone in the crypt? It's not a phone? Are you like... it was in his... It was an alarm clock, or maybe a phone on his side. Oh, this is exciting. What an incredible adventure this turned out to be. Jenny's growing up and discovering her full potential. And to think, I did it all without anybody dying. Hello? Richard! What do you think of the new scenes? Aren't they wonderful? I beg your pardon? Trick you? Certainly not. But don't you see? It all works out perfectly this way. I can already picture where the next book will start. You're not serious. But I didn't promise anything. But there must be another way. Just give me more time. Cancelled? Richard, please. Richard? Hello? Hello? It's no good. They won't publish it unless someone dies. But I can't do it. I just can't. Come on, Arthur. Jenny's whole world hangs in the balance. Decades of work. It can't all end now. I have to. It's like Jenny's mom always says. A great detective knows the right decision is often the hardest to make. And I am a great author of detective stories. But I can't pick. What should I do, Rufus? Brilliant, yes. You're always right, old friend. I'll let fate decide. Uh-oh. Who's gonna die? Here goes. Don't do it. Don't do it, sir. You don't have to kill anyone. Who dies? Dean Stroudsbury, Jenny's mom, Jenny LeClue. What about neither? Can we choose none? Can we choose to drop our ink right off the table? Well, this is quite a thing, isn't it? Who dies? Dean Stroudsbury, Jenny LeClue, Jenny's mom. I mean, I am tempted to say Jenny LeClue dies, but maybe that's just a little cruel to kill off a child. Jenny's mom. If Jenny's mom dies, then Jenny LeClue is also in a tough spot because now she has no parents. I mean, Dean Stroudsbury, everyone's already assumed that he's dead. I mean, it's bad for Keith. It sucks for Keith, but Keith already thinks his dad's dead. Everyone already thinks his dad's dead, so is there no non-way around this? I think I go with Dean Stroudsbury. I'm sorry, Stroudsbury. Okay. I was like, can we select multiple people? No, we cannot select multiple people. It's just one. I'm gonna go with Dean Stroudsbury. There you go. It's done. Fate has spoken. But is she certain? Once the choice is made, there's no turning back. I mean, I'd like to just yeet the pen right off the desk, but we're certain. Dean Stroudsbury, you are now deceased. Achievement unlocked, the final decision. Well, that was easier than I thought. It's the only way this scene can end. The ending the book deserves. Ahem, as I was saying... What was that? No more interruptions. The tremors were getting more violent and more frequent. Please, I'm in the middle of my astonishing denouement. Everyone in town thinks CJ is crazy, a madman spouting wild theories about aliens and hidden forces at work in Arthurton. But all the strange phenomena he's seen are real. And the culprits are men, not monsters. What do I know about Arthurton's secret history? Well, we know there's this Council of Three and some Zazers and stuff. And we know that there's these Zazer spheres underground. Arthurton is built on top of some kind of energy source, something special. I uncovered the secret laboratories of Professor Zazer. He ran experiments to study the unique properties of Arthurton's resource, and his research was funded by a shady organization called the Council of Three. One of the experiments went tragically wrong and caused the collapse of the quartz mines. They covered it up and blamed the miners, and yet the experiments didn't stop. Instead, they built an even bigger facility. Years after the accident in the mines, an even greater tragedy struck Arthurton. Only this time, the townspeople didn't know. I don't fully understand it, but something happened to the whole town. And wherever we were, we aren't there anymore. The rest of the world thinks we disappeared. At first I thought I was solving two separate mysteries, but then it hit me like a ton of used books. The two were inextricably linked. And that's how I know your motive for staging the Dean's death. Why did Mom and Dean Stroudsbury stage the Dean's death? Something to do with the lab report and our dad being missing. Dad wasn't working for the university. He was working on Zazer's machines, all under the watchful eye of the Council of Three. The Dean is part of the Council of Three, or at least he works for them. Through her own investigation, Mom concluded that Dad had died under suspicious circumstances. She confronted the Dean. Racked with guilt, he confessed and begged for her forgiveness. Instead of letting anger cloud her judgment, Mom saw an opportunity. And together, you concocted a plan to bring down the organization from the inside. What a brilliant mind you have, Jenny LeClue. Julie, I believe you underestimated this girl. You could have gotten yourself killed. But I didn't. But what if you had? I'm not a kid anymore. I have to make my own choices. A flower cannot blossom without light. Jenny had risked everything to save her mom. I'm sorry, Jenny. I will accept your apology. You were running out of time to save Mr. Stroudsbury. I was trying to protect you. I know. I know, Mom. I should have trusted you. But you were wrong. I just apologized. No, not about that. Everyone presumed Dad died in the lab explosion, so did I, until today. But then I started finding secret messages all over town. They led me to a secret room under the graveyard, and there, on a small television, I saw him. Henry? Dad is alive, but he's trapped on the other side, and he's been trying to contact us this whole time. He made it back? Then the experiment worked? Exactly. But if he made it back, that means we can all get back. We need to get to the machine right away. No, first we all need to find Professor Zazer. Well, I guess Professor Zazer is underground. Is he the man in black? Is that Professor Zazer? Emergency Release 1, Emergency Release 2, Emergency Release 3. Select wisely. Well, how the heck am I supposed to know? I mean, 1 is the red button, and things are flashing red. So does that mean press red? This is kind of the color of the smoke coming out. Do I press that? And by the smoke I mean the steam. And this is 2 separate colors. Like, is there a real correct answer? I guess it's not two separate colors. It's actually blue with a glare on it. Let's go in the middle. Let's go this aquamarine. I'm pulling it. Oh, the big Zazer sphere was under the water. Is this like the Mass Effect 3 ending? Well, Dean Strasberry's gone forever now. Sorry, Dean. Alright. To be continued? What do you mean, to be continued? In loving memory of my mom, Anne Farrington, 1945 to 2018. Is that really the end? For real? Well, I hope you enjoyed the journey and remember a great detective leaves no puzzle unsolved. Until next time, Joe and Ben. You know what, Joe and Ben? I enjoyed your game, but that was hardly an ending. Well, I knew we must be reaching the end because of the time. You know, we were reaching about a 10-hour mark, and I heard the game was around 10 hours, but I thought we'd get more of a satisfying ending than that. It's kind of disappointing, honestly. And does that secret end, the choose which special release, does that actually mean anything? Thanks to all the Kickstarter backers. Thanks, guys. I guess I'll let you play through, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to play this game. So we should respect and acknowledge you. There's a Goosezilla. A Mr. Dancer. Is that your real name, sir? Toaster Girl. And Randy Pratt, but backwards. Achievement unlocked, the end. It really was, in fact, the end, wasn't it? Well, it looks like you could go back. Maybe I will go back in a special next episode, perhaps, and see if we can go back and replay through what happens if you choose an easy mode. Maybe you can't actually choose. Maybe you have to go through the graveyard. But you know, we were given that choice of is it a fun, you know, ending that's not dangerous, or would you take the dangerous ending? And we took the dangerous ending. So I don't know. Did we, what does our journal say? Are we still, does it still say CEO? Save the dad, save dad, save the town. The dean just disintegrated. Find Zazer, go to the giant machine together. Apparently we are a realist, emotional planner. Yeah, didn't have these options here. Like options 3 and 4. I didn't get. I guess that's because I helped Mom the first time she asked. I didn't get those 2 options. I didn't get whatever that was. Or that one. I don't know. But I guess I'll call it here because what else are we going to do? So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you again next time.